Jealousy isn't a bad thing. It's just an emotion like happiness, sadness, or anger. And like all emotions, jealousy is normal, natural, and serves a purpose. So the problem isn't feeling jealous. It's what you do with that jealousy that matters. Yet jealousy gets a bad rap. So today we're going to be breaking down what jealousy really is, why it happens, and how to manage it in a way that strengthens your relationship instead of harming it. Before we get into it, hey there, I'm Lauren Consul. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist and certified sex therapist who is here to help you have more satisfying and secure sex and relationships. Let's start with the basics of what jealousy actually is, because jealousy is a complex emotion that can involve envy, insecurity, resentment, fear, and suspicion. It's a natural human response to a perceived or real threat to something or someone that you value. And while it's normal, unchecked, jealousy can erode trust, communication, and intimacy in relationships. Again, it's not that you feel jealousy, but it's what you do with that jealousy that matters. Why do we feel jealous? What's the purpose of jealousy? I hear a lot of times because it just does not feel great. Now, if we pay attention to jealousy, it can actually provide really valuable insight into ourselves, our values, our relationships, and our unmet needs. So we want to tap into it and pay attention to it, not just push it away and hide it, because that never works with emotions. So why do we feel jealous? Well, it can be a signal of a valued relationship is in danger. Evolutionary psychologists describe jealousy as a wake-up call, signaling that a relationship could be potentially at risk. And this can prompt people to take action to protect that bond. It can also be motivation to preserve social bonds. Jealousy can remind you to prioritize and nurture important relationships. It can also be an illumination of unmet desires. Sometimes jealousy highlights what you truly want but haven't fully acknowledged. And jealousy can also be a catalyst for self-reflection and growth. Jealousy can encourage self-awareness, helping you recognize insecurities and developing healthier coping skills. Now, the important thing is here that jealousy can be a real or perceived threat. So sometimes these things can get activated even if it's not actually true that your relationship is at risk. But again, we want to pay attention to jealousy, what's happening, and why it's getting activated. Why are some people more jealous than others, or feel jealous more often or more intensely? And that's because this is true with any emotion. Some people are more quick to anger or feel sadness more deeply than others. And there's a lot of different psychological factors that can influence the intensity and frequency of how we experience emotions. Some potential contributing factors to increasing frequency of feeling jealousy or intensity of that feeling might be insecurity and low self-esteem. If you don't feel secure in yourself or your relationship, jealousy may be more likely to creep in. If you have a fear of abandonment, past betrayals or rejections can make you more prone to jealousy. Comparison, if you view others as a threat because you feel they're better than you in some way, that can increase the feelings of jealousy that you might experience. Attachment styles can influence this as well. Anxious attachment may make jealousy feel really overwhelming or more present more often, and an avoidant attachment style may lead to suppressing jealousy rather than addressing it. So how do you manage jealousy in a healthy way that's constructive instead of destructive? Here's some helpful strategies. First is recognizing your feelings, and this isn't just true for jealousy, but since we're talking about it here, you don't want to suppress jealousy. You want to acknowledge it, because when you suppress it, it actually gets stronger. So say to yourself, I'm feeling jealous, and then get curious about that jealousy and where it's coming from. Self-awareness is really the first step. Next, communicate with your partner or partners. Rather than accusing, use I statements. Own your jealousy. Make it about you, because it is about you. Even if you're referencing some behavior of yours, that's just the content. Focus on, hey, I'm feeling a little insecure when I see you doing XYZ, and I'd like to talk about it, or can I get some reassurance? Getting to that underneath, more vulnerable place is going to help you go way further in a more productive way. You're going to want to challenge negative thoughts. Jealousy often comes from past wounds, since our subconscious does not know the difference between past, present, and future. So it's going to respond to an activation as though it's happening now, even though it may be something that's really about something in the past. So taking a moment, grounding yourself in the present, and asking, is there actual evidence for this, or is this related to old stuff that's coming up? Strengthen trust and security in your relationship. Trust is built over time, and you're going to want to really work on highlighting the times in your relationship where there is trust or you feel safe and secure, because our brain has a negativity bias. So we have to work extra hard to focus on the positive aspects. You also want to practice mindfulness and self-regulation. Techniques like deep breathing, journaling, and even therapy can help you process jealousy without letting it take over. The key, though, is to practice these before you get activated. Don't just wait till the moment and go, oh, okay, now I need to breathe. You want to practice it when you are regulated. So when you are dysregulated, when you are activated, it is so much easier to use those tools to help regulate yourself. Within your relationship, you're going to want to set healthy agreements. Every relationship has different comfort levels, and you do not want to assume that you're on the same page. I see so many partnerships get in trouble when they just assume that their partner has the same agreement as them without discussing it. So discuss and create agreements on what is okay and what isn't, where the lines are, where it's blurred, where you need to discuss things when it comes to interaction with others, how time is spent, or anything else, so you guys feel like you're on the same page. So now, instead of seeing jealousy as the enemy, use it as a tool for growth. It might be highlighting personal insecurities that need attention or areas in your relationship that could use stronger communication. When you approach this with curiosity rather than fear, jealousy, or just like, let me hide that over there, it can really lead to deeper connection and self-awareness, connection with your partner, connection with yourself. Jealousy does not have to destroy relationships. With self-awareness and open communication and trust building, it really can bring you and your partner closer because it's acknowledging this very human feeling and this human experience and doing it in a way that is connecting and intimacy building. If you want more content on how to have more satisfying and secure sex and relationships, be sure to follow along. I'll see you next time.